Hello, my name is Andrew Faust. Excited and inspired to be here at TEDxBushwick to share with you a vision and an idea that I've been teaching in the Northeast United States for the last 20 years. Here I was raised as a Quaker outside of Philadelphia, and as a child of a ethically and conscientious nonviolent religious group, I became very aware of what you might call the true costs of our military-industrial complex, and became a scholar as well of the classics by virtue of having a private tutor in Latin and ancient Greek during my high school years. When I graduated from undergraduate college as a comparative religions major from Guilford in Greensboro, North Carolina, my father died of cancer, and I became deeply aware of the spiritual question of where do we go after we die. And as I pondered this, I became more and more convinced personally that we return to the earth and we come from the earth, and that all life ultimately needs to be attended to as a biological, long-term evolutionary life form on a planet that is rocketing around a sun in outer space. And it brought me to a profound appreciation of how it is that we are all interconnected and interrelated to all species and all creatures through all time. And I became a very active steward of the earth. I went out and did restoration ecology work for the Forest Service and for the Fish and Wildlife Service in Arizona and in Washington State. And while doing that work, I came across a magazine in a coffee shop in Albuquerque, New Mexico called The Permaculture Activist. And permaculture is a process by which we go about creating a new civilization, a civilization that is fueled by the sun and the wind and the water and the flow of gravity on planet Earth. And as a student of physics and a student of biology and ecology, all of these principles of permaculture made an incredible amount of practical sense to me. I took them back to my community in the mid-1990s after learning this unique discipline which is coming out of Australia. There I integrated it into my high school classes. I created what I call ecological literacy courses. As I developed my own curriculum around how can we actually train people to know how to create a better world, not to perpetuate the problems, but to create positive solutions. As I explored this, I realized by the late 90s that personally, I only knew a fraction of what I needed to know in order to really teach how to do this. And so I went and I lived off the grid in West Virginia. And there I learned how to build a straw bale house, how to create gravity-fed water systems, how to really live in a way that is closer to the earth and has a high quality of life. How to have hot water on tap, take a long hot shower, and not feel guilty about it because it's being heated by the sun and fueled by springs and gravity. No longer relying on oil and heavy industrial inputs just to have the creature comforts. 8 years ago, I moved to New York City. There, I incorporated a vast amount of what I had taught my high school students, as well as my homesteading experience, and began training New Yorkers in how it is that we can claim our autonomy and our independence in the Northeastern Corridor. What I'm here to share with you today is a vision of a redesign, a retrofit of this Northeastern industrial infrastructure to become something that is truly what I describe regionally self-sufficient in a way that is ecologically intelligent, socially responsible, and prosperous for many generations to come. What I am excited to share with you is how we are in a uniquely potent position in New York City to be a trend-setting example of how we can go about reclaiming our independence, our health, and our integrity by participating in creating this new infrastructure. What is called a green infrastructure, what is called renewable energy, what we refer to as local organic food. All of these different pursuits are brought together under the umbrella of permaculture design. And what I am excited to collaborate with you on as a community in the midst of one of the largest cities on the planet on Earth is how it is that we can actually redefine our sense of who we are, our interrelatedness, and how it is we can go about rebuilding a future for generations that are as yet unborn to inherit, that they will be healthier, happier, and more free individuals who we will be helping to create those opportunities through the new economy, the new infrastructure, the infrastructure and economy that is truly by the people and for the people. Thank you for this opportunity to share this idea with you. Excited and inspired to collaborate further after our talk.